It's time to give stuff away. Hey, hey, it's time to give stuff away with Alan Cox.
All right, so return of Switchfoot from San Diego, California. The Beautiful Letdown was their big breakthrough album 21 years ago. So they started the Beautiful Letdown tour last year, and it is continuing now. They're going to come through the House of Blues on October the 3rd. It's a couple of Thursdays away. Ticketmaster.com has all the info for you. And I've got your tickets here. Caller 10. Want to go see Switchfoot? They're good live. They will not let you down. Caller 10, 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
Yeah, it seems a little unfair that you can watch our live stream, but we can't see you. But we'll fix that tonight. Outside your window.
The Alan Cox Show.
On 100.7 WMMS.
Guardians baseball tonight. First of 4 last night here at home against the Twins. Guardians win it. 4-3 was the final. So they'll do it all over again tonight as they race toward the end of the regular season in very, very good shape. Their magic number is 7 to be talking about clinching the division. 6:40 tonight, we will get you right into first pitch when we roll out today. And then they'll play them again tomorrow and Thursday, the last road series of the season. Guardians will head to St. Louis this weekend, play the Cardinals. And then they come back home to handle Cincinnati, the Houston Astros, and then that's it. Sunday the 29th, end of the month, be the end of the regular season. Until then, you can use the promo code GUARDIAN for 20% off if you find yourself shopping at CLE Clothing Company. It's not something that's going to be accidental. I shouldn't say if you find yourself shopping there. It's a very deliberate decision, or should be. Whether you want some retro MMS gear, whether you want something with the word Cleveland on it, you can save yourself 20% off whatever you want to get. They have a wide array of items. Just use the promo code GUARDIAN. The brand of the land is what they call it, Bill. That's their tagline.
I get it.
And they always have new arrivals there as well. And it doesn't just have to be something with the word Cleveland on it. They actually have a very sweet T-shirt. It just says Lake Erie, and it's kind of done in this mosaic pattern, and it looks cool. They have...
Bro, I live right by there.
By CLE Clothing?
No, like right by Lake
Lake Erie.
It's
Well,
like,
so do I.
Get that shirt.
Well, tell them.
Yeah. You can see it from your house?
Yeah, if I stand out on my street.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm a couple blocks, 2 blocks away. I'm not in a lakefront high-rise like you are. That's what you're talking about.
That is what I'm talking about.
You are breathing rarefied air. I'm not doing that. I'm just a plebe. They have a Victory Monday T-shirt.
Oh, they got to use it this week, too.
Right. I mean, listen, maybe you're somebody who's really hard on your clothes, and you're like, I need a piece that I'm not going to wear a lot. Maybe get the Victory Monday T-shirt. But there's a handful of locations if you want to get into one of them, or you can just go to cleclothingco.com and use the promo code there. I was reading about a German woman who, and these kinds of stories are always silly, but these are people and these are their lives and this is what they spend their time doing. And I always look at it through the prism of somebody who is desperately lonely. And they found a way to maybe mitigate some of that. This woman, her name's Michelle Kobke. She's German. Okay. She's a 36-year-old warehouse worker. And she revealed, I'm not sure to whom. I'm always curious how these stories even make it out. She revealed that she has ended her 9-year-long romantic relationship with a Boeing 737 airplane.
Oh.
She said that the separation was amicable and that the two remain friends.
No, that's nice to hear. It's nice to hear that they can be adults about it.
Yeah, I mean, she's 36 years old.
Typical woman hears about someone who's broken, thinks she can fix it.
Yes, and this was before all of Boeing's problems. They've been together since 2014.
But they just broke up.
Yeah.
So she tried and tried and tried to fix and just kept breaking
Maybe
down.
they did. Can you imagine if they dismantled it in front of her?
Oh.
Maybe this was not a breakup by choice. Maybe she means it literally. They broke the plane up into parts. Maybe she's walking around with like a rivet around her neck or a bolt on a necklace. She said 10 years ago she'd developed deep feelings for the Boeing 737-800 airliner.
See, that would make me nervous because I'd be afraid that it would jet.
Mary, your thoughts?
I gotta go right now. It's time.
Yep.
It's time for me to leave.
In the immortal words of REO Speedwagon,
Goodbye.
it's time for me to fly. She nailed it.
Oh.
This woman said that this airplane was the most beautifully built thing she'd ever seen and the most attractive plane. She called it Darling.
Oh.
She found its wings irresistible.
How did she get so close to a plane? She worked there?
She is a warehouse worker.
Okay, that's what
But, you know, there have been films and documentaries written about this stuff. Mechanophilia. You know, these are people who
All right, if
are...
you're going to fall in love with something mechanical, we can make fun of this person or we can try and show some empathy and relate.
This is what I'm saying.
What big mechanical thing would you fall in love with? Start with Mary.
probably...
Don't make a joke out of it either.
A roller coaster?
Okay.
Vibrations, you know? Might help.
Mm-hmm.
Twists and turns, excitement.
Yeah.
Oh. The G-forces being exacted upon you?
Yeah.
Wood or would it be like a metal one?
Oh. I don't know. I have to ride a few to see which one I want to be in love with.
Well, one you'd get...
What?
Yep.
One you'd get splinters. The other one not. Seems to be
But
an easy choice.
The seat isn't made out of wood.
But you
The
are not...
structure is.
You are not going to be confined to the seat on a piece of machinery to which you are sexually attracted. You're going to get out of that seat. This woman's running her fingers along the wings.
Then, yeah, I guess it'll have to be metal for safety reasons.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are countries where this kind of thing puts you on a sex offender list. You know, if you have... now, I have to imagine it's guys who, like, you know, put it into the gas tank. But, you know, people who... It's a, I think, recognized condition. People who are sexually attracted to machines.
Yeah. What's your machine?
The Iron Giant.
The cartoon?
Yeah.
It's
The
gonna be a
Roald
real
Dahl
thing.
book?
You didn't say it had to be a real
Well, I'm
thing.
telling you now.
Well, too late. I've
Also,
already picked the Iron Giant.
Iron Giant's taken.
How do you know by that kid?
Yeah.
I could get one over on that kid.
You're gonna beat up a kid.
Yeah.
Take his.
I would
big
beat up a
giant-
kid for way less than that. Mechanical thing to which I would be attracted.
Yeah, it's gonna be a real thing.
I can't get my head around that. I really like my drills. I have a series of drills. I really like those. Aside from being painful to engage in any kind of amorous activity
You
with.
get the right attachment, it could be all
Yeah.
right.
Oh, now you're talking.
Yeah.
There you go then.
Put a fleshlight on the end of a drill. Make sure you get enough lube. Borrow some from Diddy.
Oh,
Like,
I don't
you
need
do
the
all right.
lube.
Yeah.
I'll be fine.
Oh, ooh.
She has broken up with this airplane. And
I guess I won't share mine.
no, please do.
A boat.
Boat.
Lady Caroline's.
Good
Good Time 3.
Bop.
But a boat you can only be in a relationship with a couple months out of the year.
That's probably best for him. He does have a girlfriend, Mary. He'd be
I mean,
seeing the
same with
boat on the side.
A roller coaster, unless it's, like in Ohio.
You don't know where my love will take me.
Anywhere she sees fit. First, it'll take you in loops. Mary's relationship had its ups and downs.
Yeah. Twists and turns.
Twists
Yeah.
and turns. Objectophilia was what this woman was diagnosed with. I guess I was wrong. Emotional bonds with inanimate objects. So, like if you fall in love with your toaster or something, She said some people are just very diverse in the way they structure their relationships. But there can be no interplay, so I genuinely don't understand this. I mean, I'll bite. I'll go with you for a little bit if she's talking about this is a thing and this is how I feel, but there's no interplay.
There is, though.
It's a passive relationship.
You could rub yourself on or with it.
But you can... Yeah.
You know
on
what I
or
mean?
with it.
But again,
yeah,
how is she getting
I do know
to
what
that?
you mean.
Yeah, like how would she get to that plane? Because they're usually...
She works there.
Sure, it's
So she
the
just
warehouse.
goes and rubs up on it and gives a little smooch goodnight and see you tomorrow.
She described their time together as deeply fulfilling, saying, we have relaxing evenings together. When we go to bed, we cuddle and fall asleep together. I have to imagine that this woman is probably making a lot of this up. But if the condition is real...
Does she have like a toy version that she maybe carries around with her?
She could only be close to the plane when she was flying or on rare occasions when she had access to it in a hangar. And she said that made their relationship complicated. But we're still friends. She and the airplane remain on good terms.
I'm glad. That's the part that makes me happy. Because
Everybody's-
so many people
yeah.
have such bad relationships and there's bad blood. And the fact that they can end this relationship but still remain friends and be on good terms is just a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
You just have to hope she's not constantly texting it, putting in
You
its
up.
call signs.
You up in the air.
There it is.
She has to pay.
Come on, get in on the puns.
Oh, this wasn't a part. I was just here to see if she had to pay for its Wi-Fi in order to text it.
Yep.
Your Wi-Fi is not able to get it.
You're treating me like I'm coach, not first class.
This is not an economy.
There was on one of my flights, I had like business class seats, and there was a mom that had a baby with her, and they were in business class too, and I just kept thinking of all the baby business that they were doing.
She a boss baby.
Yeah, just like,
Yeah.
I'm like, this baby's got a lot of business. This is a
Did-
business baby.
You bought a first-class ticket to Seattle? Or to
Spokane.
No, it's the Southwest version of business class.
Oh,
Yeah,
Like-
so
you need to say that then.
the Southwest version of anything is...
But business class,
That's not a real thing.
it's what they have.
But it's on the front side of the curtain, right?
No, they have no curtain, but it's
It's just the first probably 3 seats.
Front of the
well,
plane.
It's the first. You get to pick your seats first. On Southwest.
All right. Mary's laughing at you.
It's
you know,
it's what it's
just
called.
because she's out there flying. I've never flown first
You
class.
told this story like it was like a first class, like a.
He said
It's
Legit
business
class.
class. I'm using the term that I had.
Southwest.
It's business
Okay.
class, and I was
Okay.
because I was making a joke about the baby.
he was there with a
having
business baby.
business
I know,
baby.
A professional baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't you denigrate me in this
I
business,
didn't.
baby.
I don't know what that word means. But I
I've
didn't
never
do it.
flown first class, so at least let me be impressed by
You can be
business
impressed
class.
by Southwest business class.
Yes, I don't even know what that means. You get hot towels?
You don't get anything. That's
don't
the
get
whole
anything.
point.
It's-
Oh.
There's literally no benefit to it.
No, there is a benefit. You get to pick your seat first.
Oh, you get to pick a seat. That's the whole thing.
Well,
but
that's
it's
the
the
only-
same size and the same amount of leg room as all the other seats.
No, it's not because you can pick the seats that have more leg room, like
Oh.
in the
Emergency row.
rows and stuff
So
like
the
that.
exit row is Southwest first class.
It's not called first class.
That's
It's
where
called-
the extra leg room
business
is.
Class,
Business class,
Got
yes.
it. Got it.
So theoretically, if you wanted
Do they
to...
call it business class on the other airlines?
They call it first class.
Yeah, that's why I said business class, because I wasn't saying I had a first class seat. I was
That's
saying I had
all
a
I'm saying.
business class seat, and there was a baby
Usually-
that also had business class, and that's the funny part. Because what
Usually-
business you doing, baby?
Did he ever
Usually
tell you?
Interchangeable.
No.
He's going... I'm sorry, I
He's
didn't go...
standing on business.
I didn't go to business school. I don't understand what
Yeah,
you're saying.
Yeah.
I didn't go to Horton. So theoretically, since Southwest doesn't have first class, right? Their premium whatever is called
It's
business
the
class.
airline of the people.
But if you were to pick
It's
your
not
own
trying to
seat,
be- it's not classist.
if you were to pick your own seat, you could theoretically be in business class and pick the very last seat
Yeah.
on the plane.
You could pick the very back seat in the middle aisle, and like in the middle seat.
Yeah.
Not the aisle, obviously, but you and that's business class.
I like the back row. Nobody's kicking the back of your seat.
You
I don't
also
mind the
can't
back row.
recline in
I
your
don't care.
toilet.
I'm not reclining my seat anyway.
Yeah,
I don't
recline my
care.
seat either.
I'm gonna throw my
do one on planes.
throw
Also,
my head
it-
back into somebody's knees. Give me a break.
It goes back it doesn't move that much.
They have
It moves like 2 inches.
they've really
All right, Mary's on record that 2 inches is enough.
they have. I feel like they have really restricted the angle of reclining on planes now with all the other things that they're doing.
And I don't sleep on planes really either, so I'm not worried about the reclining.
I mean, if I'm flying overseas or something,
Yeah,
yes.
but
But if I'm flying
I had an hour-
Cleveland to
I had an
Spokane,
hour and a half flight, and then I had a 2.5 hour flight. That's
I
not
don't
a lot.
think I have been on a flight that I've not slept on ever in my life. I've slept on, I would say, 99% of the flights.
Well,
I
me
take.
and business baby had business to attend to, so we were getting that business done.
yeah.
And it comes
My
with a
flight-
free drink.
From New York to Cleveland is like an hour and 3 minutes.
And you fall
I
asleep every time?
Every single time. That's all I do on planes is sleep. I sleep for as much of the amount of flight as I can.
No, listen, there's nothing wrong with that. But
if I
does that?
could.
But what I'm saying is, if you are that, if it's so easy for you to fall asleep, that's not contingent on whether or not you're reclining your chair.
But it definitely helps a little bit. It gives you a little bit of a, oh, look at that. Look how nice that was.
No,
A
see, I
little
like the
ding.
if on the rare occasion that I do fall asleep, it's usually I'll lean against the window and fall asleep that way.
But that's what I do. I always
Okay.
pick a window seat. I recline it. I lean against the window. I pass out.
What did I watched the Gene Wilder documentary on my flight back yesterday.
That's great.
It was so good.
Yeah.
And almost made me start crying. in front of
It's so
people.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, so you flew in business class
Business
with
class.
a baby.
That was also like a business baby.
Yep.
He was doing business
How
Did
do you
you-
know that baby was business class?
because we board
No.
first.
But babies also get to board first. They say anybody with children traveling under 2.
But so
So the baby.
I know you haven't flown Southwest because you're so bougie, but in Southwest they let my group first and then children
And
after
then
that.
children.
Yes.
Wow.
But this
So
lady,
Southwest doesn't believe in equal rights.
they believe in business first.
I'm worried about the rights of children.
Yeah. Well, this child.
As the show's
Well, business
president-
children go first, and this is a business baby, so he got to go first. And his mom had one of the first 5 seats, which is where I was. So we were like the first ones on the plane.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you for flying Southwest Airlines. Is this working?
No,
there we go.
there we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you for flying Southwest Airlines. I'd like to give a shout out
Pilot
to
can
our
barely work a microphone. I hope he can work this plane.
We give a shout out to our business class people, especially that baby. Got business babies back there. His name's Bill Squire.
Hey, I'm not the business baby.
Hello. Yeah, well, you could be.
No.
The business baby. So did you chat up the mom?
No, I was mostly just making faces at the baby.
Ah, I see.
We were
All right.
making him laugh a little bit.
Yeah.
He was good, too. He
Maybe
was-
that's the business he was in.
Yeah.
Was giving people some larfs.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I've never flown business class or first class. So I don't know what the hell you're talking about. So no
You're
cookies, no
a peasant.
no
No.
warm towels.
No, I mean, they give you a snack and a drink and everything.
Uh-huh.
You got a free cocktail comes with my,
Did you take the baby's cocktail?
no, I didn't even take my cocktail. I don't like to drink on planes either. Like, I'm not,
I do. I like to have a little bit of, well, I'll go to the bar maybe before I get on, take the edge off, but I'll have a drink on a plane. I'll have a G&T or something, depending on how long the flight is.
yeah. Because usually it
Mary's
just
falling
makes me-
asleep on that Hopkins to Canton, Akron
100%.
leg.
If
Yeah.
I- if I-
absolutely am.
If I drink on a plane, it usually just makes, like, I don't get a buzz, but it makes me have to pee. So I'd rather not have to get up and pee on a flight.
All
if I
right.
don't have to.
Depending on how long the flight is, I'll take a melatonin and sleep the whole time. Like if I'm going my flight to Vegas, I didn't take a melatonin, but I took a Benadryl. So I'm like, let me knock myself out for these 4 hours, wake up in Vegas.
I would probably fall asleep for a 4-hour flight, but flying out of Cleveland, and you know this, Mary, it's very hard to find a direct flight. So it's usually like 2 hours to one place and then 2 hours to the next place.
I
Yeah,
have
you're
fallen
laid
as-
over somewhere.
I've fallen asleep Cleveland to Chicago, which is like 44 minutes or
Well,
something.
yeah,
like
you're
that.
very good
Yeah.
at falling asleep on a plane.
As soon as you get to cruising altitude, they're like, we're going to begin our descent.
Dude, I sleep Anywhere. I'm so tired.
And then you sleep in the,
all the time.
the
man.
airports everywhere too, right?
I sleep in airports. Yeah, dude. There's times when I if I have a show on the Lower East Side of Manhattan or in Brooklyn, and I have an hour train ride home. It is a fight for me to stay awake on the train.
Yeah, you can't fall asleep on those trains.
I know
Don't
I
fall
can't.
asleep on the train.
And, if I
stand
wasn't
up.
concerned for my safety, I would fall asleep on every single train ride.
I'm always fascinated when I would see people sleeping on the train. I'm like, oh my God, you are really comfortable, or you don't care that, you're going to wake up with semen
Dude.
on your shoulder or something.
When I have 8:30
What is
p.m.
it,
shows,
Navy Week? What's that called?
Fleet Week.
Fleet Week. I have when I have an 8 o'clock or an 8:30 show, and I know I don't have time to go back to my apartment. I've talked about this before. I take what I call a desk nap,
Yeah.
where I keep a blanket at work and I lay down underneath my studio desk and I take a nap for an hour. I can sleep anywhere, dude.
Alan Bill would want to date that boat because of all the
No.
docking.
No.
Boats are girls.
Yeah, that's right.
But still, good joke. Good joke.
I've got to take a break. I want to go see the Black Crowes. These guys were all set to do the year opening for Aerosmith. They were going to do the Romo Fijo. And then Tyler and Perry and company said, we're done. And so the Black Crowes are going out on their own